Welcome to Coaches Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi, and welcome to Slippery Rock University for our 2025 kickoff show. And no one better to start with than one of the winningest coaches in the country, Slippery Rock University head football coach, Shawn Lutz. Coach, just great what you've done the last 8 years. 82 wins, more than any other coach in the conference. 5 conference titles, 6 playoff appearances, 4 quarterfinals, 2 semifinal games, and last year a tough loss to Ferris State, 48-38. They went on and won the championship, blowing out their opponent 49-14. So you keep knocking on that door. There's splinters flying through the air. So when you hear all this and these great achievements, averaging 10 wins a year these last 8 years, what comes to your mind?
Well, first I've been blessed with taking over legendary Coach Mahalik, and he really set the tone for the foundation of the program. But I just don't know why you can't think out of the box. And I've said this since day one. We're going to bring that relentless approach. I use that word all the time. Think big. Our goal is to win a national championship. No one gave us a chance this past season. We lost finally a PSAC West game against Cal. I think it was week 4 and 5, and we regrouped. We were a heavy underdog against Ferris State. We had them. We were a quarter away. We had a chance to play in that national championship game. I just think I've been blessed with great players, great coaches, and our goal is to win a national championship. And we're really close, but we're gonna continue to strive for that.
I have no doubt you're going to get there one of these days. And speaking of Cal, you lose to them at Cal 28-7, then you meet them in the quarterfinals and you pound them 31-13. Not to mention your other rivalry game where you look like you were going to go down and you rally with one of the great wins in school history, 33-32 over IUP.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's no, we could have went the other way. These guys decided after that Cal game, they got to step up. When you face adversity, especially at our level, it's not like in a lot of sports where you play a lot of games, there's not a large margin for error. You can't lose a lot of games if you want to advance in the national playoffs. These guys just don't quit. They don't fight. We were down against IUP a minute 15, 1 timeout. Braden Long, everything, who's now coaching full-time at Shippensburg already. He was a Harlan Hill finalist. He was up for the Campbell Award with a quarterback from Alabama for academics. He takes us right down the field. We get that drive, and these guys have just been great to coach. It's the work you got to put in every day. I'm blessed to be here. Our guys are practicing. You kind of saw us practicing today. They just get after it. If you want to be great, you got to push these guys to the limits.
And the rest of the country is taking note because Lindy's Sports has the Rock ranked number 3 in Division II. In the PSAC preseason poll, you're ranked number 1, and right behind you, you have IUP and California. You have both of them at home.
Yeah, I tell you what, and a lot of that's based on last year, our success right there. It's a new season, but to have night games here at 6 o'clock, guys, if you want to see an atmosphere, a night game at Slippery Rock, it's unreal. I mean, the people are tailgating, the Rock Rowdies, the student group is here. It just, for a small scale atmosphere, it's electrifying, and we got some big time games. You got Shepherd too here, 6 o'clock. Cal, IUP's the homecoming game. It just doesn't stop. Very fired up and excited about this.
And you open up with Franklin Pierce in New Hampshire. The Ravens were 5-5 last year. What have you learned about them?
Yeah, you know what? It's hard to find a non-conference game, so we're playing out in that other conference right there. New Haven was going to play. They moved up to Division
You
I.
played them a couple years before.
Yeah, we played a couple years. They moved up to Division I in that conference. So we're going to go out to New Hampshire. We're going to get on that bus. We're going to gel together. And, they're going to be a good team. But, we start over. It starts with trust in the process. You got to trust the process. We're 0-0. We haven't done anything yet. We're building our identity right now in camp. I do got to talk about one person. I got to talk about our left tackle, Joe Cooper. Okay, you got a chance to meet him today.
What a stud.
Yeah, he's 6'7", 325. He's on the East-West watch list. Since Brandon Fusco's the last player to be drafted here, I think he has a shot. He has big-time accolades, and for a big guy, he can really move. So I do like to bring up Joe Cooper.
That's just amazing, 6'7", 320. When I played here, our biggest offensive lineman was Carl Simmons. He was 230.
Wow.
Then he got looked at by the Jets. Of course, in those days, pro linemen were 240, 250.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, our average offense line would be about 6'4", 6'5", over 300 pounds. You got to win the game up front.
And who's going to be your new quarterback?
You know, that's a battle. It's a battle right now. Braden Long graduated. We got Vespo, and we got DeJuan Owens as a freshman.
Yeah. Wow. You know me. I'm old school. What about the running game?
Got to run the rock. We got 3 really good running backs.
Those big linemen.
Yep. We might run the ball more than pass the ball.
4th and 1, you better run behind Cooper.
Behind Cooper. You know about that, Coach. You're old school. I agree with that.
Hey, what will be different about the rock this year that you think can get you over that hump?
Yeah, I think what's going to be different, we're going to be more of a pound and ground team. I really do. You know, we lost 2,200 yards in the air with our receivers. They went through the portal. 2 went to YSU, 1 went to West Virginia. We got new guys coming in, but I love our 3 running backs. I think we're going to be a little more pound and ground.
I think you make the playoffs a home game, I'm going to avoid it because every time I come up, you end up losing. I think I have that Kutztown game left me. I left here. You're probably still depressed over that game.
No, you're welcome anytime.
I could see that return down the sideline.
Oh, man, Coach, that was a killer right there. That was.
Now, you mentioned IUP, and then, Kurt Signetti, the AP Coach of the Year last year, and he said, they asked him about his coaching. He said, hey, just Google me and you see winner. So I Googled him. His record against the Rock, 2-4.
There you go. There you go.
So,
the Rock right there. I like that, Coach. I like that.
And so he started there and then worked his way up to Indiana where he did a terrific job. Now, the question is, can he keep it up? Then, Brian Kelly at Grand Valley State, he played here.
We beat him here.
And then he goes on to Cincinnati. He won a national championship. Was it at Grand Valley?
Yeah, Grand Valley.
And then to Cincinnati, Notre Dame, and LSU. So my question is for you, those guys made those steps, that jump. That ever crosses your mind?
I've been, honestly, I've been very blessed. Not many people really understand. You do because you're an alum too, how special this place is.
It's just a great place.
It is a great place, family oriented. I'm just blessed to be the head coach. We have to win a national championship. I got some goals that we got to do. I don't know what the future is really going to bring, but I'm just blessed to be the head coach here, and who knows how long I'll be here. I'm just glad that I am doing what I'm doing.
Wow, that's a good attitude. And you never know when a call's going to
Never know. Just grateful for being here. Great administration. Very happy with everything.
Coach, now let me ask you. You know what's going on with the NIL stuff and the transfer portal. Everyone talks about that shift going on at the FBS level, maybe FCS. How in any degree has that impacted you here at the Rock? Oh,
big time. We're going to lose guys. We understand the roster's always got to be open. We get freshmen. We're going to play them. We're going to play them because they develop, they do well, they could be gone. Okay, same thing with transfers. You got to have an open door and just embrace it, realize that, get what you can out of them, but know your roster is always going to be ongoing. Now, one thing they like to win. We have great culture. They want to win. And it's just going to be an open door policy all the time. We expect that. We understand that.
And when you mention that, the transfer portal, Jerry Schmidt, who does a great job at Duke, he gets a great player. Last year's #1 receiver left, and I think he went to Georgia Tech, somewhere like that. So he experiences that. You're elated on the one hand. I got this star running back, a star wide receiver. Everyone knows about it. You can't hide a player anymore. Next thing, they're gone.
Yeah, it's just the way it works out. I mean, some people don't even want to play spring football, spring games, because they might get film to go to that next level. We don't shy away from it, Coach. We're just going to get our guys to give us the best they can here. And if they decide to leave, we're going to bring someone else in.
Finally, Coach, I know I ask you this every year. What are the 3 things you expect from your players?
Number one, I expect them to be great people. Great people, I really do. I mean, they're viewed as role models, want to be great people. I want them to get a quality degree, and I want them to have that relentless approach. I want them to dream big. And they got dreams to play at that next level. You don't take that away from them, okay? I want them to achieve their goals, everything they can do, experience it. There's nothing better than priceless memories and winning championships. There's nothing better than that. And I know money's out there and everything like that, but winning means a lot in championships with your teammates. That's the #1 thing.
Well, like Lou Holt said after his 3rd year at Notre Dame, when he started to have success, it reached a point where they said, win them all and win them all big.
Yeah, that's it.
Go Rock.
Thanks, Coach. Rock. Thank you. Pleasure having me.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Ellen George.
You may have noticed a shiny new internet company knocking at your door with false claims.
I'm not here to sell you anything. I wouldn't lie to you. Oh, Armstrong? They won't be around in a year.
The truth is, Armstrong has played an important role in your community for decades, and we're not going anywhere. That new internet provider, they'll probably either change their name, get bought out by another company, or fold completely. Internet you can count on. People you trust. Armstrong.
I am back, joined to my right by the Swami George Abraham, to my left the Tiger Albert Cameron. Guys, what a great atmosphere up here at Slippery Rock University, and what a job Coach Shawn Lutz has done. The last 8 years, he's the winningest coach in the PSAC, 82-21, and over that course of time, 5 PSAC titles, 6 playoffs appearances, 2 semifinals, 4 quarterfinals, and keeps knocking on that door. Maybe this year is the time he's going to knock it down.
Let's hope.
Well, we get a chance to see the players before we come out here, and he has the team to do it. There's speed, there's size,
Biggest offensive line I think he's ever had.
And there's this competitive spirit here that wants it badly. So they look really good.
Yeah, we just met the one offensive tackle, 6'7".
Joe Cooper, yeah, they say got a chance.
25.
49ers here, 49ers, Giants here to see him today. Yeah, it's as we said to him, if you're good, they'll find you today.
It'll start off with their season opener with Franklin Pierce up in New Hampshire. The Ravens were 5-5 last year, and then both home games against their rivals, California and IUP.
It's always come down.
That's where you want them. That's where you want them. Generally, it's 1-1.
I mean, that game last year with IUP was a thriller, but The Rock came back and won 33-32. Well, let's look at some of the other schools in our area. Let's go to Division III preseason poll. The President's Athletic Conference, number 1, W&J. Number 2, Grove City. Their national rank is 23rd. Number 3, Westminster. And number 5, Geneva. And significantly for Geneva, this is Coach Gino DeMarco's entering his 33rd year and his last year with 167 career wins.
He's out.
I know Gino really well. He's touched more lives than anybody.
Done a great job up there.
Just a tremendous human being. When you look at that conference, the top 4 teams, all of them could do damage in the playoffs.
Yes.
From top 1 through 4, and that includes Case with those other 3 teams.
Yes.
I'm telling you, throw a balloon over top of them and say which one's going to win. I'm picking Westminster.
You make a good point.
Don't lose
the only thing that keeps Westminster is Grove City. That's become their nemesis.
So the problem, W&J also, with Carnegie Mellon leaving. See, now that changes things. But Grover's open with Concord, Mount Union, and W&J right in a row.
That's a rough start.
Oh, my.
Yeah, Grove City was 9-2 last year, lost the playoff game to Johns Hopkins 17-14, couldn't make a field goal at the end of the game. And then the new team this year in the conference is Hiram. Next year coming in is St. Francis.
Yeah, the league has really grown powerfully in the nation. 40 teams make there's 40 teams spots now.
Yes.
So if you play well in your preseason, knock somebody off, do well during the regular season, you can get in.
Yeah, they can get in at large. Before, they only got 1.
Right.
See, they used to use geography. They had a 500-mile rule. So guess who your second game was? Mount Union.
And you can't say enough about what Coach Andrew DiDonato has done at Grove City. When he took over, they were winless for 2 years?
It's amazing
what he's done and brought them there on the footsteps of a national championship.
He's got the whole defense back at.
Yes, and not to mention Coach Scott Benzel at Westminster. They were 8-3 last year.
Won a bowl game.
Won a bowl game, a tough loss against Grove City. Before DiDonato got there, Westminster just trampled Grove City every year. And that's turned back into a rivalry that it once was.
Big time rivalry. Yes, it is. Both of them are great defensively.
Yeah.
Whoever has the better offense will win the game.
And let's go to FCS. Duquesne, 8-3 last year, 5-1. They were knocked out of the playoffs when they lost 21-14 to Central Connecticut State. How about this? They don't make the playoffs. They're 8-3. Their 2 other losses, West Virginia, Boston College. And why?
They're not scared to step out. Duquesne steps out and plays
the
schedule.
They play Pitt out.
Yeah,
they
do.
play
They
Pitt. They
out.
open up with Pitt August the 30th. The first meeting between the 2 schools since 1939. Pitt leads the series 4-2. Duquesne won that game in 1939.
Bill Bourne.
Yeah, Jerry Schmidt, his tenure, they played TCU, Florida State, West Virginia, Boston, and they beat Ohio U a few years ago. He's not afraid to step up.
Jerry has done some great recruiting. You know, in this area, he figured it out that Pitt's going to take the top in Penn State, but he finds those golden gems.
Crack guys.
Yes.
Hey, Al, do they have a chance?
Yes, always.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Always.
Hey, the 1929, the Dukes, they were a national power, undefeated. They got invited to the White House by President Herbert Hoover.
Think about how things have changed, huh? At that time, Duquesne and these other teams we think of today as second tier.
Waynesburg.
At that time, it was big. Yes.
I think was it a Rose Bowl?
So
Yes.
I'm in high school and used to visit my grandfather down in Bentleyville, PA. And over at my aunt's house, one of my favorite aunts, Vi, she introduces me to her brother. He was a fullback on the 1929 team.
How about that? You got good genes, Eddie.
Yeah, no, that's those teams were quite the deal.
Carnegie Mellon, they beat Notre Dame.
Exactly.
Hey, FBS Pitt in 2024 is a tale of two seasons, a 7-0 start, highly ranked, everyone talking playoffs, and then Holstein gets injured. They go 0-6 and a terrible loss in a bowl game to Toledo in 6 overtimes. I hate the overtime. Don't get me started on it. They lose 48-46. So Narduzzi in his 10 years, 72-58. The ACC poll has them 6th for this year. It all depends on Holstein staying healthy. They have a dynamic running back in Desmond Reed, and an excellent receiver in Kenny Johnson. The defense last year stunk 28 points a game. It has to be much better.
Yeah, it doesn't. There's a game there that normally at West Virginia, you'd be more concerned, but the fact that Rich Rod's bringing 60 new guys in, maybe it's winnable.
Good point. And so you mentioned their top games at West Virginia, at Florida State, and home with Notre Dame.
Well, you talked about Holstein. It's everything. You understand? You're 6-0.
Yes.
You're flying high.
Yes.
That tells you how valuable the quarterback is.
Yes.
Last I heard, rumored he's getting $2 million a year in NIL money.
Oh, there's no question. They couldn't keep him if they didn't.
Their projected record, you guys tell me what you think. I have them 8-4.
I got him at 7. That's where I have him.
Yeah, pretty close.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, they're tough. I got them at 7. Now, we have Phil Steele on our radio show. He's got them about between 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
He talks about their defense. He says it really improved on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they get 2 good linebackers returning too.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, the question with Pitt, killed them last year, is that secondary. It just was bad. Hey, Penn State 13-3 in 2024. They lost to Ohio State. They lost to Oregon in the Big Ten title game, and then they lost that national championship semifinal game to Notre Dame 27-24. James Franklin, in his 11 years, he's done a terrific job, 104-42, but only, and we come with the but, 3-19 against top 10 teams and only 2 wins in his 11 years against Michigan and Ohio State.
Well, there's no but behind it.
Yeah.
It's real.
It
It's
is
real.
real.
You understand? It's real.
Yeah.
And this year, coming into the season, I'm talking about on paper.
Right.
I hate paper.
Right.
They're the best team.
They're loaded.
You know, that don't mean they're going to get it done, but they're the best team on paper.
back at quarterback and one of the best running backs in the country, Nick Singleton.
2 of them. Singleton and Allen, yeah.
And they have a depth at wide receiver. They have maybe one of the best offensive lines in the country with depth. The major concern is, do they have enough in the secondary?
They always got athletes, though.
Yeah, they do.
They get them drafted every year, so I know they're going to be
That
there.
one guy that does the freaks list, I'm watching the Big Ten preview, and one of their linebackers was on there. Guy said to the kid beside him, he said, "What makes him a freak?" He goes, "Well, he runs a 4.340." He said, "Other than that," he said, "I mean, honest,
Is that awesome?
That's what he said."
Their Big Ten preseason ranking is number 1.
Yes.
I projected record for them. I stumble along the way. I have them 11-1.
I have the same thing. Exactly.
Now, do you have them losing Oregon home at Ohio State?
I have them losing at Ohio State.
I am losing at Ohio State.
The other game is at Iowa. Will be
the only game they beat Ohio State was when what's his name was the coach, and he made that mistake. He had that field goal block.
Yeah, and they took it back.
Urban Meyer.
They took it back,
and then Penn State came back and beat.
I was reading they have 4 linemen back, and the 5th guy that came in is a 5-star. But you can't win a game with 0 completions to your wideouts.
They got Syracuse top-rate wide
But
receiver.
they did take advantage of it.
Florida International.
They went out and got 3. They went out and got 3 with Southern Cal, Florida National, and Syracuse.
Yeah.
All
You know,
their best
I
receivers.
don't want to hear these Penn State fans complaining about Franklin.
Oh.
He took over a program that really needed lift after Bill O'Brien got him back
They
on
forget
track.
that, see.
He took it to the next level.
Albert says about Florida's Southern Florida. They haven't been the same since Levitt. And I think this guy here, if he leaves, you'll find out in a hurry. There was a time when Illinois was recruiting on their campus.
Ain't the truth. Ain't the
You know
truth.
what I say to people? Well, who's been winning national championships? It's been Alabama, it's been Georgia, and Ohio State.
The big one.
That's it.
Yeah,
Clemson, yeah.
That's what they are. Yes, yes.
All right, West Virginia 6-7 in 2024, and what got Coach Neil Brown fired was a defense. It was just
He
terrible.
come on our show. That's what.
Yeah, he come on our show and
By
blowing.
the way, I think he's a good coach.
I do too.
I do
I think he's a
too,
good coach.
but he didn't have a good defensive coach. I'll tell you why. They're beating Pitt 34-24 with 3 minutes to go.
Yes.
and their defense is playing man-to-man in the secondary. And Holstein takes off time after time, running up the
I
middle
remember.
with the defensive backs back
away.
to his
Yeah.
face.
That was a turnaround game for the season.
You know
Oh,
what?
it killed him.
Cincinnati, they did the same thing. They had a huge lead with 3-4 minutes.
Yes, they did. I know. All
and
about it.
they lost another game like that to Houston.
Yeah,
Many.
Same
Oh,
way.
That's why he got fired.
Yeah,
that's why he got fired.
Yeah,
So-
84, he's there.
You know the song they're playing now in West Virginia, "Take Me Home, Country Roads" by John Denver. Here comes Rich Rodriguez back. His first stint, he was 60-26, blew
Let
that
me tell
game
you a quick
against
story.
Pitt.
Tell you a quick story on him. I'm watching last year. They're interviewing him, and there's no one he's at Jacksonville State, Alabama. There isn't a soul behind him. And I said to myself, I bet he'd be glad to be back in West Virginia.
Oh,
And
he's
came back.
probably playing that song every day.
He's happy.
He knows what it takes in West Virginia. Though.
Yes, he does.
See,
Yes,
some
he-
people just are made.
No,
he brought in a
understands.
million different players
Yes.
that said, "Listen, we are going to be West Virginia again." Remember what he did there?
Yes.
He had him number 1, number 2 in the country.
Yeah, they
at the
lost to
time.
Pitt. That cost him a national
That
championship.
13-9
He wouldn't have left.
Exactly.
He made the mistake of negotiating
Yes.
with Michigan
Out loud.
prior
He
to
did it.
that game. Big
You don't
mistake.
do that. Pitt
What's
was-
that old thing? Don't count your
No.
chickens before they're
And
hatched.
they're the old one. Be where your feet are.
Yes.
Be where your feet are. That's the key.
He's 190, 128-2 in his career over 27 seasons.
Okay.
And here's the deal. You mentioned all the players coming in. He has 2 starters back on offense, 0 back on defense.
And he knew.
He
He
knew.
said, "I took this job. I'm not worried about who's coming back."
And I'm going to
That defense.
I'm going to give you a secret. When you had a defense like theirs, you don't want them back.
Night. Hey, first 2 games should get him off to a good start. Robert Morris and Ohio U. And
Ooh,
then,
don't count out how
Better
you so
watch
easily.
it.
I'm just saying. But
Yeah, I
but
understand. I understand.
It should
If
be
they
a
don't
good
win that
start.
one, no, you're right. They have to win
And,
that
and their 2 toughest games, Pitt and Colorado, are at home.
one. They must have a good schedule, though.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Hey.
in the Big 12.
Hey,
They gotta
that
play
league's
BYU.
tough.
Oh, my.
Hey, that
Oh,
league.
my.
Hey, Arizona
Oh, my.
State.
You go right down the
Oklahoma
line.
State.
Kansas
they're the
State,
worst team.
Baylor.
He's
You
fired.
go right down the line.
I have him at either 6-6 or maybe 7-5.
Well, that'd be Ed. That would be good.
If he went 6-6, yeah,
Would it-
that gets him into a bowl game.
Yeah.
Rich Rod's telling him he's going to be 8-4. So
Oh, sure, yeah. Sure, yeah.
Let's go to our FBS rankings, top 12, our rankings, not the gurus. I have Texas number 1. You guys jump in when you feel like it. Clemson number 2, Penn State 3, Ohio State 4, Notre Dame 5th, Oregon 6th, LSU 7th, Georgia 8th, Alabama 9th, South Carolina, I think there's a sleeper team there.
Uh-huh.
Miami 11th, Florida 12th, and on the bubble I have Kansas State.
I'd have
Pretty
very
dang
similar,
close.
very similar to
Yeah,
me.
I think your Georgia Alabama thing there, you could maybe, juxtaposition 1 or 2 of them, but you're right there.
Well, the pressure's on Texas.
Yeah.
Oh,
You understand?
without
No,
it.
no,
Yeah,
it's,
yes.
you know,
What are they paying?
everybody's picking Texas.
When are they paying Manning $6 million a year?
Yeah.
And that's a play.
And you know what his grandfather said. He'll be at Texas next
And
year.
listen,
too.
I
Why
saw-
would he not be?
I saw the guy that beat him out the other night. He couldn't have been any worse. 5 for 18.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I want to see.
We're gonna find out.
I know one thing. He's
Game
not
1.
my favorite for the Heisman.
Game 1.
Game 1.
All
Ohio
right,
State.
here's my pick for the championship game. Talking about Texas, it'll be Clemson and Penn State.
Good
And
easy.
then winner will be Penn State.
I really like Clemson this year.
Yeah.
I
do too.
really like Clemson.
And he used the portal slightly.
Yeah,
Right.
Not
he
like
finally opened up
everybody
his mouth and said, "I'm
Yeah.
going to do this."
Yeah.
And that means a lot to your players.
Yeah. You're all
You're
in.
not bringing all these players.
Like the Pirates. They don't ever get anybody. The guys that are there.
The who?
But the
They don't
teams,
wanna
the
win.
teams that win the national championships
Yeah.
keep their players.
There you
And
go.
that Ohio State did it
add.
last year.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Clemson kept their pro players who could have went.
Yeah.
Came back.
Yeah,
That's how you
quarterback.
win.
They got one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Right.
Yep.
They have a great quarterback and a quarterback
Right.
at LSU.
Right. Oh,
And they're
Newsmire's
some-
terrific.
Yeah, he's terrific. Hey, the the College Football Playoff, has said that teams for this season's playoff will be seeded strictly on where they are ranked instead of juggling everything. This conference,
Well,
this
we've
conference
called it that.
back
Well,
up.
last year,
Yeah.
when they seeded that, they ruined the tournament. Everything was great, and they really did cheat Oregon. Oregon went through the toughest league in the country, won every game, and had to go.
If you leave it
wasn't
up
fair.
to the Big Ten and SEC, no one else makes a playoff.
No, they won them all.
They want everybody else out.
Every day they
One
won the
more year, they're going to have 12 out of 16.
Well, and then when I said it before, I'm going to say it again. They're going to move ahead, break
You've
away,
been on this, Eddie.
have their own commissioner,
You've been on this.
and they're going to have their own playoff system.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the recent House versus the NCAA ruling has opened that door for colleges to pay their athletes directly. I'm still laughing.
I'm laughing.
They have that $20.5 million cap, so they can pay them just like any other employee. The pay differences, guys, will be dramatic and even problematic. I'm going to tell you why. So from the financial alpha dogs in the locker room, you have the other puppies who are not getting anywhere near what they're getting. So who rules the locker room? What does the coach have to say?
Pro football's been like that forever, and they play.
Yeah.
Hey, George,
Yeah,
tell them
but
about the
but
Lockley.
they know that going into pro
Tell 'em
football.
Lockley, real quick,
Lockley,
Coach
Maryland
of Maryland
coach, yeah.
said last year, he said, I lost my team. He said, what do you mean? He said, I had guys mad because they got more money than this guy. He said, I'm going to have to put my desk in the locker room.
Yeah, who rules the locker room?
But that's why they're hiring GMs. You understand?
Yeah.
They're hiring GMs in college to
Yeah.
make sure that it's under control.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing
It's
to
like when I
control.
talked to Kirk Ferentz, about a quarterback. He said, I can only recruit one. I recruit the second one, can't give him as much NIL money. And the other one, if I do, the first one I recruited is gone.
Yes.
Exactly.
And you got to recruit twice.
Tribula. No, you have to keep them. You have to keep them.
Maryland.
Yep, exactly.
All right, let's go to high school football. It starts August 22nd, week 0. We start with our first televised game on September 5th when Karn City hosts Du Bois. Karn City. Last year they took a shellacking from Central Clarion, and they came back and gave them all they could handle in the championship game. What a program they have year in, year out. And when we go up there, they treat us like gold.
Lucky we cover them because a lot of people don't know about Karn City.
Oh,
we
they're
cover
good.
them and tell you, hey,
Yeah.
they're better than you think.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
going to play them. You're going to run
Yes.
hard.
Yes.
They're going to
hard
play.
as you
That's
can.
right.
And then on October the 3rd, we'll televise Knock at Mars. And that's a great rivalry.
It's a rivalry. That's why.
Yeah.
Yes, uh-huh.
Separated by a highway.
Right.
And then possibly we could have another game or two later in October. So we're looking forward to that. Now, let's go to the NFL. Just briefly starting. And we're going to have to save and wait that for the next time. We'll give you all the inside stuff about the Steelers and their upcoming season. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you then.
Hi, I'm Alan Hassler.
And I'm John Wathy.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we've proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for over 60 years.